Hi everybody and welcome back or welcome to Wheelie Tropicals. Just a really quick video today. Hopefully it's not too boring, so try and bear with if you can. It's just an introduction to what my seed grow along entails, what equipment that I'm going to be using, and then some of the seed that I'm going to be growing. I will try and put it on screen at some point, the list, but I have bought quite a lot of seed. Got 3 companies that I've approached, 2 of them that we got a discount code for, and 1 I'm waiting for their website to go live before they give me a discount code, because there's no point giving it us and then it expires. So I've got some discount codes I'm going to run over with you at the end from really popular suppliers. Some really cheap seed as well, which I was mind blown when I found the seed company. I've not used them before, but I found it was really good quality seed from what I've seen so far. We'll test that over the year anyway when we're germinating these seeds, but got some discount codes for us as well. So if you're returning, you've done the seed grow along before, the material that we were using last year, and also if you haven't, I'm going to explain what it is. So the material that we were using last year as our growing medium was what they call coir, and it was in brick form. So it came in bricks. You soaked it in a bucket of water and it expands out and it gets like a nice fluffy mix of coconut husk, and it's really fantastic thing. We were mixing in perlite and all the rest of it. So I had a little think and I thought, well, how can I make it even easier and remove like the perlite and stuff like that that's needed and stuff, so remove additional costs from that. So what I've got is the same material, but it's just in pellet form. So these are called Coir Pellets, readily available. I bought loads of them on eBay or Amazon, relatively cheap, and I got about 300 pellets for about 30 quid or something like that. But depending on how much you grow, and you won't need that many. You put them in like a little cup like that one. The wife ain't going to be chuffed about that. It's one of our fancy coffee cups. And you soak them in warm water. They expand about 4 times. So what you would do with that one, a bit of a Blue Peter moment for those of you old enough to remember Blue Peter. If we are using a 12 cell like that, as you can see from there, it pops right in. Absolutely perfect. If you're using the coir bricks, you can obviously just use your mixing there as long as it's got holes in it and stuff. But the benefit of this one is when you're ready to take these out, you simply push from the bottom and that whole pellet will pop out with the seedling in it. All the root system will be in it as well. So when you want to transplant that, all you have to do is like do a bit of a circle like that, make the hole big enough, pop the little thing in, and then obviously put the compost and stuff around it. When it's in a tray just like that, the roots can go in any direction that they want. So if you imagine you had, say, 30 seeds or something like that in there, they're going to go in every which way. So they often get tangled up. Almost every single time that I do it, they get tangled up. So then I'm having to fish out all the roots, and you're causing a lot of disturbance. Then when you pot them up, some of those plants, they just weren't making it last year, and they were going in a sulk and all the rest of it. So I tend to find with this, you're always going to get root disturbance when you mess with the plant. But this is minuscule compared to trying to fish the roots out. I'm not saying that the other method means things will necessarily die. It's just I didn't have a great success. Maybe I was doing it a bit too quickly or a bit brute force, but that's an easier method. And what I don't want to do is when you start growing from seed, if you start failing with seedlings very early on, people quit really quickly with that. I want people to have really good success. Then when we try the rare stuff, if that doesn't work, that's fine. I've done 3 or 4 packets of Manny Heart. I've got 1 plant to show for it. If that was my first experience, I probably wouldn't be bothering with that, and I certainly wouldn't be surrounded with about 1,000 plants in front of me, just off camera. So it's about trying to get the best success that we can. What I put on the top of that as well, not to be too boring with the video, but I use vermiculite. So it's a really light material. It's an organic mineral from what I know, or a naturally forming mineral, something like that. But you can see that it's extremely light in colour. So when you water your pellets, there'll be enough water in that. So when you cover your seed trays with vermiculite, it will soak the water up. What that will do then is when the seeds sat either on the top of the pellet, or if you just put it a little bit in, it will keep that moisture around that. And essentially that's what we need. It's vital when you're trying to germinate seeds that they don't dry out. You need them to be constantly moist, not soaking wet or sodden. They need to be moist, and that will help with that. What I love about it as a secondary use for me is when the Vitapod's completely full, and there could be loads and loads and loads of those trays and stuff in there, and I use the quarter size one so I can get even more in there. Unless you're going to go through with a moisture meter and physically check every single cell or lift them up and feel the weight difference, is when you look across the kind of CFC trays in there, you'll see some that are dark and you'll see some that are a lot lighter colour. The lighter colour ones are the ones that I'm going to go to, and then make sure that I give them a mist just to keep the vermiculite. So it's quite a useful thing just for a double end. Most people would buy it for the water retention, but I just quite like the fact that it has that visual aid for me as well, because when it could be 100 in there between the 2 Vitapods and the other ones that I've got, I don't need going around with them wishing me checking every single one. So that's the equipment that we're going to be using. Get your little 12 cells and things like that. You get like a little humidity domes on it, like these ones. I bought these ones off Temu, as I said before, and they've got like LED bits in it, so that's little grow light. I've got additional grow lights, so I actually don't really require those. I just bought them to kind of test them. And I will be putting those in a little seed heated mat versus the Vitapod. Same seeds, and I'm going to see which one actually outperforms, because I had a great time when I was just doing it, like really bargain basement, little cheap 10, 20 pound heat mat, and then a load of that stuff. I had a great time with propagating seeds. It adds more pressure when you put like 300, 400, 500 quid's worth of propagators on top of it. You feel like you actually really need to do it, where it was more fun when I didn't have that pressure. So that's the setup as far as what we're going to use. The exciting stuff, which it is the discount codes, right? So I've got 3 companies. Technically it's 2, but it's 3 websites. And this is the company that, once they've got the website sorted out, we're going to have a little conversation and just see what I can bring to you. And that's Plant World Seeds. I must have down there about 1,000 seed packets from them. I've used them for the last 3 years. I have bought ridiculous amount of seed off them, and I've never had any problems whatsoever. I'll show you a couple of things that we're doing. So like the Courtlia, which I saw on George's walk around on that new build that was on there. Got the Eucomis bicolor. I've got loads of the palm trees and things that are really difficult to get hold of in the UK. I've got Hedechiums, Traveller's Palm. So there's loads of little bits in there. I'll keep some of them a bit of a secret, so you'll learn as we go in. But there's a decent amount of seeds in there. This one, onto the really exciting stuff, because it's even cheaper, is 2 websites. I'll explain how the discount code works for them. So we've got a company that's called Pretty Wild Seeds, and I'll put the link on screen. And in their tropical exotic section, you have to navigate down the left-hand side. Everything in that section, I think there's 2 or 3 pages of seed, because they're transferring it over to the other website. Everything on that, if you use Wheelie 10, so WEOLEY 10, without a space, will give you 10% off. The seed from them was the cheapest I could find online anyway. So it's already discounted in a way. And then obviously to add a 10% on top is absolutely fantastic. And there was free postage on there as well. So I got an order for pennies on there. So I was really chuffed about that. And those are some of the seeds that I ordered from there. I'm not going to show you all of those because I want to keep some of these a little bit of a surprise. And then the other company is called Budget Seeds. So they've got a bigger range on there. And the Wheelie 10 discount code is for everything that they sell. There was fertilizers, compost, there was loads of things like bare root plants and loads of different bits. I tested loads of stuff, and the 10% worked on loads of things. So I think it's site-wide on there. Have a little look at the checkout, but everything that I tested gave you 10% off. So there's 2 discounts, and then one, if you keep watching the grow-alongs, at some point when their website's sorted, I'll put that in, whether it's like episode 5 or 6. So hopefully that's been of some benefit. I appreciate it's a lot of me waffling on at the moment, but the next ones will hopefully be a bit more engaging, because I'll have things to show you. I'll be showing you the methods and talking about where they come from and all that kind of jazz as well. But today was just to explain, as probably the most exciting high octane way I could explain a seed grow along series, which was basically just showing you the equipment. If you're going to join in, let me know in the comments, because it cost me about 200 quid last seed grow along. So if there's not anything that anyone's interested in, that's absolutely fine, but then I can save my coin doing something else. So as an added extra for anyone that's made it this far, I have got some really good news next year. I've booked in with quite a few people, all preliminary at the moment. Some monster people that you'll recognise, to go and do like a Q&A garden tour around there, as well as what I'm really excited about as well is unknown gardens that you won't have seen before, because they don't have YouTube channels and they don't post online. And again, a couple of those are featured on Gardener's World as well. So it's really exciting. So even if you subscribe for that and you're not interested in seed grow-alongs, I appreciate you giving me the time today just to explain it. But like I say, if you're going to get involved with it, let me know in the comments. The difference is this year as well, just to add one final thing before I leave, is I want you to pick whatever you want. Last year I was showing you what I'd bought, and I think people were buying some of the same stuff and doing that. The germination with this stuff, with 90% of it, I'd say 95%, is the same method. So just because I bought Brugmansia or whatever, doesn't mean you have to go and buy what you find attractive and what you want to grow. If it has differences in it, 9 times out of 10 it will be don't add vermiculite, because it needs sun or like the grow light to germinate. So you just don't put that on there. If it has specialist thing like it needs sandy, loamy, blah blah blah, I've never done that, and I've still had great germination things with it. These seeds, they want to grow. There's enough energy in there that they actually want to grow, and half the time they don't get that where they come from. They don't get pandered to left, right, and centre. They fall on the floor, kicked into X, Y, and Z, and then sometimes they germinate, sometimes they don't. So that's exactly the way that we're going to try with these. And that's all I wanted to say, really. So pick your own seeds. Let me know what you're growing. The community tab's now open. So if you navigate to my page, it says visit community, and you can post on there. As well as when I'm growing, I'm going to put all the failures that I've had as well. So things that I've said to do and it hasn't worked, or, you know, if I kill a plant, I'm going to put all that in there, because it is actually quite funny sometimes when people are telling you what's what, coming across as the expert, and then they mess up. So I'm all about that. I'll put all the failures in there as well. And then also do like a mini, like beat the trainer. As I said before, I've grown an awful lot of stuff, but there's so many billions of plants. I've hardly grown anything when you look at the vast majority of things. And vast majority of this is new as well. So we'll do a bit of a beat the grow, see if you can germinate more or quicker and all the rest of it. And just have a laugh in there, so we could be able to put like pictures of your seedlings and things in there as well. So hopefully we'll make it a nice engaging channel. And then again, thanks. If you made it to the end, you're an absolute legend. And don't forget to subscribe as well. Thank you very much.